So I'm Chris.
And I'm Eric.
I don't know who these people are.
That's Kyle. And this is the audio commentary for episode 3 that you are now watching at home or maybe at work.
Hopefully at work.
And yeah, so I'm going to be kind of with the guys. I was the editor, but I'm going to kind of help them and ask them questions about things on set. Maybe you didn't know happened, or maybe you did. Maybe you saw it on a blog. So guys, so you finished the show.
Yeah.
All 3 episodes, right?
All 3 episodes, absolutely.
Okay. So what was the best part about shooting in development?
The best part about shooting in development, we brought in this amazing cast, and you got to see them bring your words to life in these situations. And a lot of times when you do projects, you don't often get exactly what you want. You know, you have to settle, and we didn't really have to settle with these people. They're phenomenal.
Was there any hard parts? Maybe
The slow motion scene. It took literally like almost a day to shoot. And everything else we got in 3 more days.
Yeah, we're talking about 4 days to shoot, and almost a whole day of that was a slow motion sequence that you'll see here at the end of this episode. It was tricky.
Were there any inspiration for the characters? Any real life people maybe that you know? They're all pretty specific.
There might be a few, but sort of have to plead the fifth. This industry is this very small town.
It's not necessarily a bad thing though.
No, there's very good traits about everybody. I think at the end of the day, these are people you'd want to be friends with for the most part.
So how long did it take you guys to write in development?
Altogether, I mean, it took about a week to write each episode and polish it.
Yeah.
Was there a specific reason to start with in development as like a launch point for doing a series? Like what stood out to you to do in development as opposed to something else?
Well, I think everybody here in this town wants to be in this industry. They want to be in this, entertainment. So it's kind of a cool thing that hasn't been done before to show the backside of the entertainment. Like you've seen stars and you've seen directors and you've seen that kind of stuff, but you don't see the people that are working day in and day out, putting these things together, making it happen.
Yeah, I mean, the shows that have been out, like Entourage or Extras, it shows like the more glamorous or glorified parts of the industry, and this is like more the day-to-day, which myself and Kyle have been a part of, like the positions where you sort of get shit on and nobody thanks you or anything.
Yeah. I mean, there's literally hundreds upon hundreds of people who you'll never know their names. You'll never know what they do exactly. But they're the ones that are making this happen just as much as, the guy that's blowing things up or flying the jet plane to save the day.
I mean, most people think that all the people working on a movie are the people in the opening credits and the credits they see at the end right before they walk out and throw their big gulp in the garbage can.
Right.
There's like a ton of other people that
actually
make this happen.
Yeah. And that's the cool part about it is that we have a small group of people that you can see inside their lives. And obviously if we're able to do more, which we will, we'll get to see expanded versions of what they do and see how them interact with other people in the industry that you wouldn't normally see.
Yeah. I mean, and Mike Bay was sort of an easy choice because, it's very easy to satire someone who's so polarizing.
Yeah, you either love him or hate him. There's no middle ground for Mike Bay. So it was an obvious choice for us. Not in a way like, man, we really want to go after Mike Bay, because there's things that Mike Bay does that nobody else can do. But there's also things that Mike Bay does that we wish nobody else would do.
And there was this guy that I worked with on a movie I was working on, and he was all about some Mike Bay. Like, he loved him some Mike Bay. That's all he talked about was some Mike Bay. So it was just...
It was right there for the taking.
Will you be sending this to Mike Bay?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. You want Mike to see this, don't you?
He'll inevitably blow it up.
Along with us, strapped to a Chevy.
Now, Zach, okay, so I know the story, but people listening, if whoever's listening to this, don't know how Zach got into the role. And I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Mother Zach Book. He's,
He saved our asses in a big way. The night before we were going to start principal photography, the production of
hours. We're talking 11:15 and
PM.
And we start shooting at 8 the next day, AM. This guy who Zach came in for us a number of times. We had numerous casting sessions where we found all of these amazing actors. And Zach was right there. Zach was right there about to be cast. And there was just, we went the other way. Sometimes you get the feeling,
Like we thought that with the other guy that we cast, he
was a little more character-y. He wasn't so down to earth. We didn't know if Aaron would play against all these big characters and these big
personalities.
Yeah, that you would see that kind of Aaron play, and obviously he does because Zach is terrific. He's fantastic in this.
We basically made the wrong decision, and we got lucky.
The original actor fixed it for us night before we started shooting. So we called Zach frantically, and he was out with his friends, and he was supposed to do something the next day, and he had this feeling not to, and he returned our phone call very tense minutes afterwards.
And we didn't even have Zach's phone number. Like, we literally got the email from the other guy that he had food poisoning and that he would not be filming in development.
And then we never heard from him again.
We never heard from him again. We called him. Still haven't heard from him. If you're out there, hey.
Please die.
But anyway, we didn't have Zach's information. The only person that had it was Lauren, who plays Molly in the show.
And she helped produce the show as well.
And
so we frantically call Lauren and text
20 times,
Lauren,
literally.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very tense 45 minutes. There's a picture up on our Facebook and stuff where we're sitting at a desk going over the night before stuff after we've already done the set decoration. And it's the most tense moment of our lives, really. I mean, it was insane.
So, we're basically sitting there at the table and we're like, this isn't going to happen. This is not going to happen.
And development is over. We've wasted everyone's time and money, and it's not going to happen.
And thankfully, I looked on IMDb Pro. You should get a subscription. And I looked up Zach, and his email and his phone number were on IMDb Pro. So I called it. He didn't answer, and I left a message. And then, we're still sitting there thinking that
it's done.
It's done.
Over.
It's over. We just lost.
We're trying to figure out how to send emails to all the actors who are supposed to be with us in 7 hours to tell them it's done. Like, it won't happen.
And then I get a text from Zach saying that he tried to call me, so I immediately pull my phone out and call him back. And then he said that he was out at a bar for some other thing that he was shooting. And he said he had this feeling that he shouldn't drink that night. So he was at the bar and he was just chilling, and somebody from the crew gave him a drink, and then he went to drink it
and spilled it.
Yeah, he spilled it
all over it.
Yeah,
all over himself and some other chick. And he's smooth.
And then he told me basically as soon as it got spilt on him is when I called him, and that's when he called me back, and I told him I just waited.
We need your help.
Yeah, we need your help. Do you want this role? And he's like, yeah, of course. I love it.
To Zach's credit, he didn't even have to think about it. He knew the script, and from what we've heard, he was really kind of down that he didn't get it the first time, and he instead of being the guy who could say you know what, thanks for not casting me, but go yourselves. He without trepidation stepped up and I want to do this. I love the script. I love this. Let's do it. And he was on set early the next morning.
Yeah, and he stayed up for
all
God
night,
knows how many hours going over the script. Yeah, it's really insane the more you talk about it.
What's crazy to me is when you meet Aaron. Aaron's a naive guy who's gotten in over his head. He doesn't know these people. He doesn't know the situation he's getting into. And realistically, that's exactly what it was on set. He knew us, but he didn't really know us, and he didn't know how it was going to be. And he was he was a newcomer. We had rehearsed with the other guy. We had done table reads with the other guy. And now he's coming in as the new guy, as Aaron in real life. And that's I think that's why you get such a great performance out of Zach Book. Because he's really being that guy on this shoot.
So real quickly, just to wrap things up, like, do you have a favorite moment at all from like writing to finish editing? Like, what is your favorite moment? Go.
I think it's the actors' reactions to what we've done. I think we have something special, and I think that they think that it's special too, and that's probably the biggest payoff you can get.
Yeah.
Can't wait till we can do more. I can't wait till we can really do this and really do it with these guys and do it right.
Ditto.
Cool. Well, that's it. That's the audio commentary.
Well, thank you for listening,
Thank you.
guys.
Super easy. Thanks, guys.